Decipher, face fire. Decipher, face fire. Decipher, don't blink. Decipher, Decipher, lock in. Knockouts, one root, and I full boiling brain, cool gold in a pizza frame. No plain speech, just depression name. Face fire traced in the glass of dawn. What they say, what the signings bar. Next move clean, but the checks are miss. I pass that drift for the phosphate list. My breath and black right there. Red what broke in the polished air. Not from noise, from the face beneath. With a smile where ash between his teeth. Blaze in the face wire. Tracing the brain wire. Blaze in the face wire. Best practice buried inside for skin. Show one layer, keep five within. One for the mask and one for the map. One for the fake and one for the snap. Face five, flick in the deadpan eye. Warm on the surface, below it dry. Dumbbell numbers, I press that load. Railing nerve in a sealed off node. Tongue twist, in there it's slang. Bang, no bang, nothing else at hang. If X goes thick and Y goes soft. I cut one hinge and the room drop off. Decipher, ash, silver. Decipher. Flash world. Cupid doodles in a lockjaw him. Half seen threat in the vision realm. Prime cut motor with a composite grin. A fact of the fraud and phase walking. Face fire lives with the signal bends. Not in the world but the waveform ends. I scan the static and fold it stacks. Then feed that traffic to blackout tracks. Code like marrow, hidden in bone. Never full public, never full known. Read me wrong and the proof stay mute. Read me right and the root eats boot. Rail in the face frame. Aim in the face frame. Next step, simple, subtract the leak. Short chain, circle, no loose link, weak. Log that breach and bust that trace. Freeze, dry heat off the talking face. Face fire set in a calm cut jaw. Soft from afar but the center claw. No big flex in a drunk display. I let exactness erase the gray. Claw law, caught it in sawtooth frost. Every fake gain get audited cost. I do not chase, I reduce that air. Then make one move from a hidden square. Decipher, link left. Decipher, lock rock. Decipher, don't swerve. Decipher. Cryptic, arithmetic, carry the one to the loudmouth graph, go flatline numb. Riddle that riddle with rigid tongue. Split that sum with a trap got sprung. Face fine, not for the tinted crowd. Not for the chest beat, not for the loudest. That code glyph on the cleanest speech. The hidden talk just outside their reach. Brain code drives to the dead congruent. Not truth out front, truth nested in. Like ghosted syntax in when the glass. Seen when the weak light angle pass. Traffic and static skin. Face fire and black within. Revenge move best when it shed its name. No red room drama, just flawless frame. Take what they signal and fold it back. Let their own angle but collapse that track. Absolute line through the moral fog. I read intent in the frozen log. If they come sweet with the lacted lie, I bite that bite with the butcher eye. Face fire echoes through decipher grain. As a torch more coded stain. Whether shown with the pattern hide that cold small sun on the underside. Count the cost. Decipher, don't blink. Decipher, don't swerve. Decipher, lock in. Decipher, don't blink. Decipher, 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 decipher. Decipher, don't stay lit. Decipher, bang fire. Bang, 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 bang. Decipher, don't blink, 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 blink. Kept my code in a cold quill case, teeth on the keyway, silk on the face. Room full of halos with razor seams, soft little saints and predatory dreams. Nerve grid twitch when the mask all slide, gold leaf green with the furnace inside. I read the air like a fault line map, one wrong hush and the lattice snaps. Hush low, signal in the marrow, shape in the sparrow. Mercy gets traded for polished access, truth gets dressed in a velvet syntax. Palm on the table, smile calibrated, under the linen the edge is weighted. I learned the drift of the hunter's gaze, warmth in the mouth with the winter phase. Not every lantern is built for light, summer bait with immaculate white. White, oh, bye. Stay cipher, don't fold, stay cipher.
Ash silver,
Stay cipher, stand cold, bearing the pressure, the pattern stirred, not as a sermon, more like a blur. 7 thin angles around one nerve, a gate that bends when you do not swerve. I was a prism in hostile rain, breaking the beam into usable grain. Every reflection a partial knife, every equation a second life. Shift me, count the static, taste the traffic. They say they sell you peace with a hidden fee, they call it grace when it cages the sea. I keep one hand in the silent earth, one in the engine that measures worth. Not for the throne and not for applause, only to move without begging pause, only to walk where the weak spots are, only to name what the fractures guard. Name clear, stay near. Stay cipher, long wire, cipher.
clear venom,
Clear, stay cipher, hold fire, hold. Clockwork moon in a sodium haze, pulse like a beast in a mirrored maze. I saw the tender get marked for praise, saw how the sweet get explained away. So I made calm into tempered steel, soften the voice and the core unreal. Not fake, sharp and exact awake, a rose made out of a circuit snake. Rose wire, don't worship thunder. Now when the room starts to sweeten lies, I hear the grit and the polished sighs. I let them dance in the lack of roll, while I keep count of the unseen toll. Love if it lands with unbarred weight, leave if it leans on a rigged fate. Fear is a solvent fast but thin, form is the lock when the plug gets in. Locking. No clean kingdom, no clean kingdom, no clean kingdom, no rescue rail. No, only the hand that can read the veil. Only the spine that can house the spark. Only the eye that adapts to dark. I do not kneel to the fang or throne, I tune the field till it holds its own. Kindness by choice, not by design. Flaw, light with the hinge and the hidden claw. Stay raw, stay cipher.
red cipher,
Faint cipher.
don't sing,
Don't ding, stay cipher.
don't sing,
Don't ding. Stay cipher. Don't sing, don't.
it's over, don't blink,
Stay cipher.
don't sing,
Don't blink. Stay cipher. Stay in the frame. Face. Name without name. Face. Slow in the way. Face. Open the gate. Cold in my coat, thumb on the mineral room when the elastic, the panic got lyrical. Crowd in the blood, but the bass turned unbearable. Half of me vanished, I've stared through the miracle. I hate the gaze, but I ache for precision. One clean regard through the blur of division. Soft at the edge with the furnace beneath it. Voice stays sealed till the field gives permission. Not a flaw, more prism condition. Split into beams by the fact of detection. Touch on the charm and the static grew readable. Skin held a map of a lost intersection. They sold me a script with the radiant promise. Speak like it's finished and matter will copy. But law without labor is perfume or metal. A veil for the ache when the hand stays unsteady. Still there is force in the vow without begging. Stillness can sharpen the nerve of the sensing. Pocket size, weight, beacon state, recalibration. Touch made the weather obey in new tension. Knocked at the dark, bowed down into compliance. More than my steps, stop dividing in violence. When inner equations quit feeding defiance. Outer events lost their tone of reliance. Science. Face, stay in the frame. Face, name with a name. Face, slow in the wave. Face, open the gate. There was a guilt with the throne in the cellar. Fed it with silence, a scaled architecture. A war like a halo, move more like a jailer. Called itself virtue, concealed the defectual. Then came a blade with no steel, only sin. Some of that weight was my ego agreeing. Dragging one wound for the optics of purity. Cleaning reflection while inwardly fleeing. Trust has a set and the body computes it. Microvolt tremors confess what the truth is. Mask can be polished and still not transmitted. Cracks in the shell make the air disapprove it. Prove it. And the skyline gets punctured. Feet keeps on flowing, the nervous stay structured. Miners to file what it cannot stay open to. Lost without landing, turn sterile and functional. This is the drift, not a scream but subtraction. Threshold gets raised by repeating non-action. Mercy goes dim by mechanical fraction. Feeling gets skinned into smooth abstraction. So let it arrive, sharp, dense, irreducible. Not for display, not to look more beautiful. Just let the real stay heavy and usable. Else you go sleek, highly tuned and erasable. Face, line without line. Face, here, stay in the sign. Face, lose what will stay. Face, step through the haze. Past all the noise was a chamber repairing. Not more long and more constant in sharing. Balance so fully the lattice quit tearing. Depth with the hush but the first hidden bearing. Mind with this mirror droop sequence and tension. Word with this pulse gave the garden dimension. Life at the script with the luminous pressure. One bright edge leaned out and birth deviation. Rift in the weed made a dust generation. Matter is echo with separate equation. Down in the weather a shard no forgetting. Now every true right is restored relation. Simple, I fucking rebraid. Soft in the center with pyramidal blade. Heat makes me flinch, yet I learned how I stayed. Fear every shift, yet I live for the change. Hate being watched, yet I hate to be read. Right mute in the market, volcanic by bedside. Cold in the noon, then electric by midnight. Guard up for years, one glance in the grid lights. Maybe coherence was never the mission. Maybe the softest stack superposition. Many true states in one human position. Collapse into song for a second of vision. No crown in the dust, just a ring in the current. No saint in the glass, just a form growing lucid. No fine, no decode, just layers turn fluent. No fixed arrival, just a feel becoming truer. If I touch the token, the skin knows the tunnel. If I name the fracture, the dark stops being total. If I let grief enter, the blood stays communal. If I keep both halves, the equation stays. Go face.